who can be against you? And it's no greater way as a champ to go out on your last ride with the men that I went out with my teammates, and you look around this stadium, and Baltimore, we coming home, baby! We did it!
For Cleveland is that Paul Kruger has reached an agreement in principle to go play.
A 2-year deal as opposed to the 3-year deal.
Right. No, that's where I was going to go. They measure the cost of the deals to both teams, right? The 49ers signing with other teams, Pollard cut. What's been the reaction of the fan base with regards to what's going on for Elvis? Ellerby is gone. Kruger is gone.
Former Ravens linebacker Donnell Ellerby to what's reported to be a 5-year, $35 million deal.
To say to the Ravens fans, take a deep breath, relax, it's going to be okay.
The past is the past, you know. It's a new day, bro. My day. You gotta do it now.
Miami here to catch a sting. Saw the loose ball.
This is what we've been waiting for right here, y'all. This is my time, baby. Come on. Low slow. Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time. 3 o'clock. Soon as I walk in, it feel like me o'clock. Yeah, me o'clock. Every time my checks, niggas don't measure up and try to blame the Pyrex. I'ma do it bigger than a 5X. Can't ride with an L, so I don't drive like game so bickery, so hickory, dickory, blowing that sour. The hood call it pickery. Biggie, Puffy, Buster, victory. Yes.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Joe. Be More Ravens Online, officially reinstated here on YouTube.com. Not the TTC, but still a member of the Ravens Ring Gang. I never died out, no matter where I went, if I left, if I came back. Always with the Baltimore Ravens Ring Gang, who Kevin and Bob and the rest of the crew is still repping here, and the memory of the girls and guys who repped here in previous years and seasons. But anyway, I'm back. A lot to catch up on, and a few questions, comments, you know, the news I share with everybody. Write me a message, but or comment on the bottom. But anyway, some interesting things have been going on. Of course, the league season started a couple of weeks ago. Moves have been happening left and right. Baltimore sort of been busy losing a couple guys. And, you know, to me, Baltimore, yes, they are rebuilding. They want this youth movement. And in my opinion, they just want it to get better and better every year so that we can make a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth run at a Super Bowl and another world title here. But the Super Bowl champs, are they in trouble? In my opinion, no. There's going to be consequences to every action. But I think Baltimore is just going to be fine. If there's a front office, if there's a management staff, an ownership staff in the league that can get it done right, it's the Baltimore Ravens with Dick Cass, Ozzie Newsome, Steve Bisciotti, and of course John Harbaugh. It's just how it is in Baltimore. It's just how we do it. And I lose Ray Lewis, man. We love Ray. He's going to be missed in Baltimore. We all knew it was going to happen when the playoffs started. And, of course, they're looking at players maybe in free agency to take over. Maybe you're looking to draft somebody like an Arthur Brown or a Manti Te'o. And, you know, in my opinion, more hype than he is player. I'm not a big fan of Manti Te'o. Arthur Brown, somebody from Kansas State, somebody I'm definitely taking a look at. Maybe Baltimore is too. You know, you're going to lose Paul Kruger. That was going to happen, no matter what was going to inspire. It was going to happen. He went to Cleveland. He got the deal that he wanted. Paul Kruger made tremendous contributions to this football team talent-wise, but I just don't think the money he wanted was what Baltimore was going to give him. So losing Paul Kruger wasn't a big surprise. It's going to hurt Baltimore, but remember, we got Courtney Upshaw here to take his place. Ellerby, losing him to the Miami Dolphins, I think was a bigger surprise. Of course, he may have been the replacement for Ray Lewis, maybe not a long-term replacement, but a short-term replacement for Ray Lewis. Now he's gone, so what do you look at? Maybe somebody like Carlos Dansby, somebody in the free agency. I know we're looking at people everywhere from James Harrison to Osi Umenyiora to Elvis Dumerville. So they're looking all over the board for players that can come in and help the pass rushing abilities of this Baltimore team. Of course, Suggs, he wants to be the leader. He wants to rush that passer, to block that line, knock it over, stop the run, but he's going to need some help. They signed Marcus Spears. He was just elated to join the Baltimore Ravens. He heard Baltimore was a possibility. This man was jumping out of his seat, and they signed the former New York Giant, Chris Chanty. So they've been busy, low-name free agents trying to get this defensive line intact, where it's not just a run-stopping defense, but it's also a hard-hitting defense. And that's why I like Arthur Brown from Kansas State. I also like Marcus Hunt from Southern Methodist. This guy, again, a beast of a football player, can rush the passer, good moves on his feet, tends to be a little bit more aggressive than you like, but I still love him as a football player. Just don't think he's going to last at pick 32, and I don't think Baltimore's that interested in that type of football player, but we'll wait and see. Of course, losing Bernard Pollard, somebody like maybe Christian Thompson can come in and play for him. Maybe they look somewhere in free agency, somewhere in the draft. Hard-hitting safety in Bernard Pollard, I always thought of him as a Troy Polamalu. Jimmy Smith is coming in. I think he's going to work well over Kerry Williams. Losing Kerry Williams, I don't think it was a huge deal for Baltimore at all. And Ed Reed, of course, Ed Reed going to Houston. That is, I guess, the thing that shocked a lot of Baltimore fans. Versus the Ellerbe situation going to the Dolphins, Ed Reed going to the Houston Texans, a big shocker, and it was looming over the past couple of days. But he did sign with Houston. Nothing's official yet, but it's gonna happen. Hearing I think it's a 2-year, 3-year deal, something like that. So where do you go from there? Somebody like Eric Reed in the draft. Baltimore, if they have a chance to get this free safety from LSU, man, grab the chance. If you have to move up a little bit, grab the chance. This man is just an aggressive type, good when bad ways, type football player. He can stop the receivers in their tracks. He's got good footwork. He's got the right height. He plays with the right speed. He can get off track at times, can get a little over-aggressive. That's what I mean the bad part. But he kind of reminds me of Ed Reed a little bit. The ability to be a ball hog in the NFL. Somebody that can stick in zone coverage, can stick with that man-to-man coverage, and get the receiver down, stop him in his tracks, knock him out of bounds, can also work up front. So I kind of like Eric Reed from LSU. I think he's a combination football player, but will he be available at pick 32? That's the biggest thing. Can both of them get him? And there's a couple other free safeties out there in the draft you want to take a look at. But that's something Baltimore's going to decide. But other than that, it is what it is. Of course, losing Anquan Bolden to the 49ers in that trade for a 6th-round pick, not too many people happy with that. Maybe you look in the draft. Free agency, I think, is dying out a little bit with the receiver-wise. Maybe you look somebody in the draft, somebody like a Justin Hunter or Ryan Swope, or somebody like my favorite that I want, Marquise Goodwin. And that football player, man, he plays hard out from Texas. And speed on the guy, incredible hand skills. Amazing football player. Doesn't really have the Anquan Bolden type feel, but would complement Torrey Smith, Jacoby Jones very well. Can even put in return games sometimes. So Baltimore's going to take a look at those receivers as well. Of course, people hoping for a receiver in the first round. Don't think it's going to happen. Baltimore might even look at tight ends. Remember Baltimore's philosophy: the best player available. So if the best available player right there at pick 32, they don't want to move out, they don't want to move up, is a tight end. They're going to grab a tight end to put behind Dixon and Pitta, who are both restricted free agents. Somebody that can come in here and complement them. So that's what Baltimore's been up to. Baltimore, in my opinion, they're gonna make some more moves in free agency, get ready for the draft. I think a pass rusher, like a lot of people are saying, are on their radar. They were in some type of negotiation with Elvis Dumerville. They've talked with James Harrison. Somebody's mentioned Osim Minora, Dwight Freeney, Carlos Dansby, even Brian Urlacher. So people have been mentioning everybody up and down the boards. We'll see what Baltimore does. Maybe somebody low-key, maybe somebody high-key. Who knows? They have to work around that salary cap. Of course, Joe Flacco getting paid that tremendous amount of money. Look, love the man. I think he deserves every penny of it, but speculation's going to fly. That's up to you guys. Ready for the 2013-14 season, though. It's going to be very interesting. There's some conflicts going on with the scheduling. Will Baltimore open up with the kickoff show? you know, in Baltimore at MT Bank Stadium, as the Super Bowl champ should, or will the Baltimore Orioles wind up, you know, spoiling it and having Baltimore go either to Pittsburgh or Denver, you know, somewhere. And I don't want that. Peter Angelo, man, smack yourself in the head. I know you can't believe it, but try to switch your game for us, man. Baltimore fans deserve it. What better way? I'm not an Orioles fan, but what better way to have a doubleheader? Orioles, you know, like Roger Goodell said, Orioles in the you know, afternoon, Ravens in the evening. Be an awesome Thursday night for the city of Baltimore. And I do wish the O's luck in 2013-14. So, anyway, ready for this season to start up. I have already worked on my mock drafts, and some people are going to be surprised, some are not. My first mock draft will come out April 1st. I'm not doing those 1.0s, 2.3s, and all that crap, and, you know, right after the combine in the middle of January. I'll do it when the draft is supposed to come down, and that's in April. The schedule comes out in April. A lot of things coming down this month, and this towards the end of this month in April, so I'm ready, get excited. You know, May, June, kind of a slow thing with, you know, you're starting voluntary workouts, OTAs, and then, of course, training camp in July, and then, you know, August comes the preseason, and then, of course, September 5th is when Baltimore kicks the game off, so I'm very, very excited. But like I said, Baltimore, you know, just relax, calm down. I know it's a lot to take in. Baltimore, whether they're rebuilding or whether they're going to make a run at 12 more Super Bowls, 20 more Super Bowls, who knows? You know, in Ozzie we trust, in this team we trust, and I think we're going to get it done here.